morning, everyone. Welcome to Live from the Fast Lane, powered by The Garage. It's the final day of the Bunnings Trade Sydney SuperNight, although we've pretty much got the night element done now, so it's just
the super day.
It's super day. What's going to be super about today, Chad?
Two races, Bryony. That's what's going to be super about today. 250 Ks of racing. Lots to look forward to. We're going to be live at 9:30, Fox Sports. Sorry, 9:45, Fox Sports, I should say. And 12:30 is Channel 7. These poor officials are waiting for us. Don't be shy. It's only Facebook. It's only Facebook. You just can we still call it Facebook? Is that allowed? Is it Meta Book Face? I don't know what it's called anymore. Anyway, we call it Live from the Fast Lane, powered by The Garage. We're going to take you into our garage. Okay, so this is where our little TV team have been hiding for the weekend. But we're sharing it with Dunlop. And I just thought this was a cool shot. So everyone's been talking about tyres, Bryony, off the back of a huge race yesterday, 125 Ks, and there's been plenty of victims. The Dunlop soft tyres have been hard at work. Yep. We've got plenty new ones ready to go. And this is going to be a talking point. We saw yesterday different strategies playing out, particularly Erebus. They rolled the dice and used 4 of them to change over in that race. So we know that they've got less in their tyre bank compared to everybody else. They did get one podium out of it. They nearly got a race win out of it.
Yeah, they did.
That was a bold strategy. And there's going to be plenty more talk about that coming up today. Whether or not some teams are going to be trying to burn them up a little bit faster than others.
And not this event, but I think it's the 4th event. We're actually going to have a mixed
The
compound.
super soft and a hard.
Yes,
for that one as well.
But not this weekend.
That's
it's
coming.
the same compound, but they only get a select amount of tyres that they have to negotiate through the whole weekend, basically, which today includes 2 short 10-minute qualifying sessions and then 2 32-lap races, 2 125K races. We are going to head
all right, well, we'll leave out the back. Yeah, we'll go back out the pit lane and just see what's going on today, because it is going to be relatively nice conditions to go racing today. And we did have a very cold night here for a spring night. It was so warm early in the weekend, but hopefully we're going to get much nicer conditions with a bit of sunshine out there. No wind at the moment. I guess the only way I could describe the conditions right now, Bryony, would be sleepy. Because everyone was here so late last night and back here so early today.
But today does feel like a normal, quote-unquote, normal race days. We're here early. Yep. We'll finish at a reasonably early time. I think it's about 6:30. Fox Sports are off air today. So daytime conditions, as we were talking about just before, the Erebus Motorsport team, Brody did a ripper job yesterday, passing Nick Hercat just on the last couple of laps there to gain that podium finish. Will Brown, big things expected from him today.
Yeah, so unlucky, wasn't he? He did such a good job in Arm Roll qualifying to get that car into the shootout. I loved the fact that they rolled the dice on that strategy. It just didn't work out for him. So just to give you the idea, they both did 4 tyres. Will's pit stop was 17 seconds, Brody's was 8, and that was the difference yesterday. I just wonder, had the pit stops been the other way and the Brody Kostecki car pitted first, and there was, if that was the pit stop that they had the error, what could have been for Will Brown yesterday? We'll never know, and unfortunately for them, they've got that double whammy of not having as much tyre up their sleeve as the rest of the teams. I wanted to have a quick shout out to this car as well. We've mentioned it once or twice, but it looks so cool with this weird sort of matte purple finish on it. Different sponsors on the door, so Dayco as opposed to Cool Drive for the weekend. It's all part of it. It's under the same umbrella, based in Box Hill in Victoria. So cool to see that car running a different look this weekend. The Tickford guys, it was a bit of a difficult one for them yesterday, Bryony.
It was a pretty lacklustre effort, I think, and they would be the first to admit that. I wonder what we can expect from them today, because obviously big things expected from Cam Waters, and we had glimpses of it in practice and qualifying, but the race, they couldn't keep the tyres on it, I think. Yeah,
so particularly Cam's car, they had a bit of a later pit stop and he got parked in traffic, so he started inside the top 10, but dropped back to finish outside the top 10. If there's one thing we've learned from Tickford, is that they had that first weekend in Townsville and it was a bit rocky for them and they were at the back of the pack, and then instantly they turned that around, and then Cam won 2 of the next 3 races. So they have the ability to find huge clumps of speed when they go looking for it.
Exactly, and now we're heading towards the Rebel Ampol Racing Garage. Second place in last night's race, Shane van Gisbergen, still our championship leader, and has almost extended that gap between himself and his teammate Jamie Whincup. See Garth just trying to get out a shot there.
Very subtle.
You'd think he doesn't like being on TV, the way he just ran off.
At 6'12", he's very noticeable when he tries to hide as well. So yeah, the big news here for Shane van Gisbergen, got the orange numbers on the doors. That lead has been extended to over 300 points now, so he's got that one event buffer up his sleeve. He'd dearly love to get it wrapped up, wouldn't he, before we get to Mountain Panorama, but it's just not going to be that easy. So the interesting thing that came out of this garage for me yesterday, Bryony.
Hi, Ty.
G'day, Ty. Is he's the first mechanic on Jamie Whincup's car. Is Shane at the press conference last night mentioned that they've got quite good tyre wear up their sleeves, so the tyre degradation for that car is quite good, and if they need to bridge the gap of speed to Anton De Pasquale. They might be able to give up a little bit of that tyre advantage to be able to close the speed back up. But we don't know today because last night's conditions were so cold and under light. So when you add the sun, you add the UV and the heat, we're going to see that tyre degradation go back up again. And the other thing, they don't have Jeremy Moore here, who's their head of technical at that team. So to be able to try and find that speed and not have JJ in the debriefs to be able to do it, it's going to be a bit more of a challenge for them this weekend.
And here's the team to beat at the moment. Last night's race winner, Anton De Pasquale, did a fantastic job for the Shell V-Power racing team. Obviously, he took pole position in the Armor All Top 10 shootout and then took the race win, and expecting big things from this team again today. It's going to be fascinating to see how this all plays out.
It's just been whipping him so far this weekend. Pretty comfortable victory in the end, but yes, quickest in the practice sessions, quickest in the racing, and quickest to go into the qualifying sessions again today. We're going to start things off with a pair of Armor All qualifying sessions as well. I can hear a race car somewhere and it's killing me to not see it, so let's go for a walk.
You're such a race fan.
I just want to see race cars running. Sports sedans, that's what I can hear. I can hear a 13B rotary, and I'm just attracted to a rotary engine. And so while we're here, I don't know how far we'll be able to stretch our cameras and our microphones, but come on and we'll see what we can find at the back here. So part of the local support categories that we've got the New South Wales Sports Sedan Series, and have a look how cool these cars are. So we've got Camaros, we've got a little Fiat 124 with a 13B rotary engine. That's what you can hear right now, howling away in the background. You've got some Commodores in there with big body kits, so many cool different variations of cars. This is a category that I grew up watching over in Western Australia with Tony Ricciardello and that big massive Alfa Romeo. So cool to see some good local support categories getting some live TV this weekend.
100%, yeah, they're local support categories here, the sports sedans and the super sports. We've been really putting on an awesome show, as have the Toyota 86 and the V8 Super Utes, but we have got a full day of action here. But also, just before we go, we need to mention, we're back. Tuesday Night Takeaway starts again this Tuesday, Melbourne Cup night. About special time of 6 p.m, I think. And we're going to have a review of all this weekend's action and a little bit of funny stuff along the way, and we're a special guest as well. So
File up. It's not file
well,
up.
I don't think we've got the budget for that, and that's also a little bit impossible. But anyway, Fox Sports 5:06 from 9:45 a.m. this morning for all the action. Channel 7, you can catch it from 12:30 p.m. local time today. Don't miss a single second of the Bunnings Trade Sydney Supernight.
Happy Halloween.